Welcome to my F1 channel. Welcome to Peter on Pole. My name is Peter, in pole position in the lead up. This is the final episode of Drive to Survive Season 2 before we jump into Season 3. Are you excited as much as I am? Let's talk about the 3 things I noticed in episode 10, the checkered flag. 3 main characters in this episode, which is involving Alex Albon, Pierre Gasly, and Carlos Sainz. And to be fair, the whole episode was surrounded around growth. That's correct. Alex Albon been given an extension to Red Bull in 2020. Pierre Gasly getting his first ever podium in a Toro Rosso in his career. And Carlos Sainz as well, getting his first podium in quite bizarre circumstances at Interlagos. You can see the way they tried to picture it with Pierre Gasly and Christian Horner, Red Bull sort of thing. They were sort of making it a rivalry between the two. Even when the race started in Brazil, you had Gasly being overtaken by Alex Albon, and it seemed to just be sort of crumbling down. And it was really trying to set up this rivalry, this sort of pay attention to Gasly versus Red Bull, if you will. Even when Alex Albon finds out that he's going to be having the seat for Red Bull for the next year, Gasly also finds out as well, and they sort of get the reaction of both drivers, really creating that rivalry that wasn't necessarily, bitter rivalry between the two. It was just more so about the circumstance. So it made you feel very, very sorry for Pierre Gasly, but it was hard to not feel happy for Alex Albon because this is a character that you didn't dislike. This is the person that you liked and you grew to love in the episode. Carlos Sainz's growth over the last 2 seasons, from when he was at Renault to when he's joined McLaren and where McLaren are now, he's done nothing but grow. And I think that's really been the main thing about Carlos Sainz. We've seen his start from the bottom, if you will, and he's gradually got better and better as the seasons progressed. And as I said, he got podium, he got his first podium. The bizarre circumstance was simply that he didn't actually celebrate on the podium because he didn't find out until after the race that Hamilton had got a penalty, which meant that Carlos Sainz, who by the way started in 20th place, finished 4th on the race, but then was given 3rd place because of Hamilton's penalty. So therefore, after the race, after everybody had packed up and left, Carlos and the McLaren team went back onto the podium and celebrated as they could. And it was an unbelievable scene, but it just spoke to the amount of growth that Carlos Sainz has done. And with the Gasly growth, you have to look at it like this. He finishes P2 and he finishes ahead of Lewis Hamilton in the end because Hamilton and Albon have a crash. They have a little bit of an accident there. Gasly finishing in 2nd, he was in tears. He was emotional. He was talking about the best day of his life. And I'm thinking, oh, mate, next year gets even better. But seeing Gasly in 2nd place after what's happened to him this season, even the loss of his friend Antoine, who he thought about as soon as he passed the checkered flag and finished in 2nd, but also losing his seat at Red Bull, having to go back to Toro Rosso, but he made the best and made the most out of that time at Toro Rosso. And Alex Albon, let's talk about his growth, because you think about it, he started at Toro Rosso. Remember his story back in the episode we did between Gasly and Alex Albon, from where he came from, for everything that he's been through as a child, as a kid, and then to see him at Toro Rosso in Formula 1, and then to see him at Red Bull. And not only do that, he was impressive. He overtook drivers. He did very well when it came to overtaking, even in the Brazilian Grand Prix. And then he gets his extension to Red Bull for another season. Now, the race itself in Brazil wasn't quite good, and he was very distraught about it because obviously with the crash with Hamilton really messed up his race. But he was flying in the top 2 throughout the majority of the race and was easily on the podium. Easily could have got on the podium, and it could have been his first podium as well. But he's grown dramatically so much throughout this season. Yeah, I want to big up Alex Albon. The growth of these 3 drivers, Albon, Gasly, and Sainz. I mean, it's just a tremendous story. It was a great way to cap off the season. And I'll tell you what, 2020 Drive to Survive Season 3 is coming, and it looks very, 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 very interesting with everything that took place. Those are the 3 things I noticed. Let me know in the comments below, what did you notice about this season? What did you notice about this episode? What do you expect in Season 3? Will we have a Season 4? Who knows? But like the video if you like the video. With that said, people, on to Season 3. Lights out.